Please don't spoil the movie
by adding your own soundtrack. And let's go. Hi, I'm Winston Schmidt, but you can call me Schmidt.
Okay. I am Kelly Kapoor.
That's a good one. Solid choice.
I feel like
we're in the same realm.
Yeah, same realm.
I thought you were gonna pick New Girl for a second because that's what we were just talking about. I looked up New Girl and I was like, which name should I pick? But I think it's so funny that in the cast notes, his name is Winston Schmidt and not just Schmidt. I wonder when they decided his name was going to be Winston Schmidt.
The day they wrote the episode and that episode aired, that's when they decided.
Because I was like, oh, they even have it listed on the show notes. Or in Wikipedia. That's so funny. And welcome back to
Please Don't Spoil the Movie.
A podcast where two sisters talk that love each other about movies.
Sometimes. Upon occasion.
Yes. How you doll face? Welcome back.
Ooh, yeah. Pretty.
Ooh, yeah.
We're back.
How's life?
Fine. Ankle still torn. Ligament still ripped.
It's a torn ligament.
Good old.
Does it hurt?
It feels like it's sore.
Is it the foot with this bruise on it?
Yeah, that's it, with the bruise.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't look good.
I know, huh?
Oh, wow. It's a bruise. That's a bruise from when you fell on it, or it's just like...
I think, no, that's just from it being torn.
Interesting.
Because when it was swollen and puffy, I didn't have a bruise.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think that's just, the nature of it being torn. I have a big black bruise on my ankle.
Yeah.
For those of you who can't see.
How's your physical therapy going?
Fine. Okay, so I've been going, right? The people are disgustingly nice. It kind of makes me uncomfortable. Every time I go in there, I'm just like, ugh, the niceness is making me anxious. They're too kind and I really don't like it. I want someone to be just a sprinkle of rude. Just a hey, we're gonna get started. Just a little dry. No one's dry, and it's just they're
happy people. My physical therapist, when I did it, they were very happy people too.
Yeah,
they were just good people. They're just happy.
They must enjoy their job, I guess.
Yeah,
whatever.
Become physical therapists. They seem very happy guys.
Right, that's the path, I guess.
Yeah.
But so when I first started, the guy was just twice a week, 4 weeks, and you should be good, I guess. And then the last time I went, a different guy, he was just do you think you need to come here 4 weeks? And I was like, I don't know. You tell me. I'm not the expert. I don't know how long it takes for a torn ligament to heal. I was like, I literally don't know. And he was like, oh, okay. I was like, so do I need to stop coming or what?
I feel sometimes, when I was doing my physical therapy for my foot, I was just can today be my last day, guys? They were like, yeah, sure. It's just
because if not, they'll keep you forever, I guess. Huh?
I mean, I had 2 or 3 more sessions, but it's just
right.
I could do it. Oh yeah, it's just
Why were you going to physical therapy?
My flat foot. My mother wanted me to get surgery on my.
But you didn't.
I didn't. The doctor was just you just go to physical therapy.
Oh,
and I just did that.
Did anything change?
No.
Yeah.
It's supposed to make it stronger and because sometimes when I walk, I get my foot really hurts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just to keep it strong and I don't know, keep that arch.
Oh, I guess. I think you probably should have gotten surgery.
It's painful.
So.
I don't know. I just
foot is disgustingly flat.
Thank you.
The worst I've ever seen.
Yeah. I think the key is just to wear really good sturdy shoes. I don't know if you notice those brown Adidas that I always wear. I don't know if you've seen my brown Adidas that I always wear.
I haven't had the pleasure.
But they don't bend. They're really hard to bend. Solid shoes. They really push against my flat foot. Those really help. But shoes that just give in to it's just not working. I need
give in to the flatness.
Yeah, I need support.
You need an arch.
I know.
A good arch.
Yes.
Well, so yeah, that's the thing with that. So I don't really know. I guess once I tumble on it, that'll be the determining factor. So I really need to tumble on it and see. But I'm scared to do that.
I'm scared for you. Yeah. Do they know that you're a cheerleader and tumbling and stuff?
They do. They're like, how was practice? I'm like,
We're going to win, but I don't know about the players.
I always win. But yeah, that's about it. What about you?
I went to the beach.
You're very tan.
Oh, thank you so much. I get so pale in the wintertime, and when it's time for the sun to come out and for me to get some sun, I soak it up, hunty.
Every opportunity.
Did
you have fun? Where'd you go to the beach?
We went to Destin, the best beach in the land. If you ask me.
The best beach in all of the lands, Destin, Florida.
In the United States of America. I think it's the best sand.
Even that.
I think the water's good.
Florida does have good beaches.
I think Florida has the best beaches. But even like Pensacola is good, but Destin sand is just so soft. The water's nice. Consistently.
I haven't experienced California beaches enough to really make a comparison.
I don't think that. Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't think they're giving the sand that. Yeah,
that the Florida sand offers. That Destin sand.
I don't know. I've been to one. It's just Destin sand is so soft. It's got everything. But I had a great time. Got a tan. There was a baby there. It was the cutest little baby in the world.
Whose baby was it again?
My friend and Chancellor's couple friend, Micah and Leslie, they have a little baby that's like 4 months. He's got the biggest little cheeks in the world. He was there and he was so cute.
I bet he was whining and
he wasn't
and burping everywhere.
He really wasn't. He's a good baby. The only time he cried is that he's like has allergies and they have to put, because I guess babies can't blow their nose, so they have to like put something in there to like squeeze out the snot, and he would freak out every time. He was so cute. But besides that, he was a very good baby.
Aww.
He talked. He talked. You're like blah, 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 blah. That was the most like sound that he made. That's the most. But yeah, that happened. Also, in big news, my company laid off people.
Oh,
the recession is here.
How many?
700 people. 770 people.
I thought it was 1,000.
No, 770. They said.
And someone in your department got laid off.
Yeah, my best talking friend. We used to take walks together. We used to shit. We used to talk about crap about everyone together. Let her go.
No, not your coworker BFF.
Yes, they let her go. They was gunning for her though.
Were they?
I feel like it.
How old was she?
Like 40 something.
Oh, she was older.
Oh yeah, she's older.
Oh, she's not youthful.
Yeah, that's not me.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Right. That's not what I meant. Most
she
wasn't your age.
Yeah, most people in the department are a little older than me.
Oh wow, dang! 700 and how many people?
770 people.
That is insanity. Was it all like one department, or was it like across the board, like payroll, HR? Nursing,
so
dental.
They said it was mostly not HR. It was mostly admin people, so not too many nurses. I think if
can't get rid of the nurses. We need them.
I think if they let go of nurses, they offered them like if they were like a manager in like nursing, they offered them like a patient forward job, so they would like go down. So like instead of being a manager, you went back to working with patients
regular.
If they wanted to do that, but that's a I got out of that for a reason.
Right.
And then a lot of I don't know. I guess I haven't talked. They didn't give me like. I wish I had a list of which departments got fired, but someone said like a lot of people in like the corporate office maybe got let go and stuff.
That's tough.
Yeah, I guess like soon. I don't know if I'll see the effects of it when I start emailing people and it's like, oh, you're gone. I don't know who does this anymore.
Ugh.
But yeah. Bleak.
That is not good for morale.
Not good for morale.
At all.
My morale has been high.
It's at a low time.
Yes.
All time low.
Already starting off before it.
It was already poor.
Yes.
Now it's piss poor.
Yes. It's messed up. And especially when you think about how much some of these higher ups freaking make.
That is crazy.
Bastards.
Isn't that capitalism, man?
Yeah. It's BS. But I wish everyone the best on their journey. The company did say like they were trying to help people find jobs, and they'll pay them for like 6 weeks
whatever.
or so.
Did they give these people severance?
They're gonna pay them for like 6 more weeks or something like that.
That's it.
And then severance, I guess it depends on like how long you've been there and set. But yeah, if you qualify, you'll get it. However severance works.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah.
What is this? 2008?
Right. The recession's here, honey. Grab your coins.
Okay, what else is going on? Let's move on to something more lighthearted.
That's sad.
Talking about people losing their jobs and their incomes. This isn't what this podcast is about.
Fun break. I'm really diving into season 2 of Yellow Jackets. I'm on like episode 3 or 4. They eat their first person. Love. Cannibal is happening.
I said something lighthearted. Did you not hear me?
Okay, I'll skip that. And I don't know if it's lighthearted news. I don't know if it's lighthearted either, but in reality TV world, this is one of the most important weeks in our lives. And
why is that?
The season finale of Vanderpump Rules comes out Wednesday. Following will be Ariana will be on Watch What Happens Live. If you aren't there,
she'll be on Watch What Happens
right after. If you aren't there, who are you? I'm talking to you, Jade.
Who are you? I still need to watch the episode. I hope it's still up. Where Christian Doty came on. I still need to watch that epistive. Of Watch What Happens Live. She was on.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I watched it. I don't think it was that good. That was that interesting.
Still, I feel like I'm missing out if I don't watch it.
I think I really just like James when he was on.
Oh my goodness, he's crazy.
He still can't believe it happened. But
it feels like I'm in an alternate universe when I think about it. I'm like, he literally cheated on her? Like, it's just like,
watching it is crazy. Cause like, okay, you can see like Tom is like projecting and like trying to like he's like yelling. You can kind of see that, but Raquel, it seems like she has no idea that she's doing this. Like it's just like somehow she's like compartmentalized this and it doesn't register. Like she wanted a camping trip for her birthday. Ariana was there and Tom, and she's basically like says in her talking head like, these are my friends, these are my people. I love everyone here. Like I love them. Like these are my people. Like I found my people. I found my tribe type of vibe.
And she's literally sleeping.
Yes.
With her best friend's boyfriend.
Yes. And then while Tom is over
basically husband.
Exactly. Tom's over here trying to be like, oh, me and Ariana are falling out of love. He's trying to plant that seed.
Oh, is he really?
I think so. I think a lot of people think is that he was trying to plant the seed that him and Ariana weren't doing well. Maybe they break up.
They probably weren't though.
Wait, he's cheating on her.
I mean, yeah. Like, but no, obviously weren't.
But he was trying to paint her to be the bad person. Like, he's giving so much effort to a relationship, and she's just, she's just blah. Yeah. She just doesn't love him anymore. She never, like, agrees with him. She's a terrible person. He buys batteries, so he's a fucking saint for the household. That type of vibe.
Now he buys the batteries.
Girl, he literally says something like that. He's like, I buy the toilet paper, you do nothing, whatever. But I think what he was planning to do was to, spread these seeds that me and Ariana aren't doing well, break up with her, and then boom, I'm dating Raquel. We didn't cheat on her. We just found love. Still bad, but I think that's what he was gonna try to do. I don't know. Ugh. Because he's really trying to plant these seeds, all this crap. But it's like, also you're cheating on her. That's a good reason to break up.
Oh my goodness, this is
so cringe.
I wish Stassi was.
Oh my god, I wish Stassi and Jax.
I wish Jax was still here for this.
I want Jax to be. I told y'all so. I want him to say it to me too, because I didn't know Jax. I didn't know.
I know. Like I always just thought I never thought the most out of any of the men on the show. But if I had to think of one to be decent, I really thought it was Sandoval.
Yeah. But now they're all like psychopaths. Like Jax gave off psychopath. Tom gives off psychopath, with just like he does nice things to be seen. And you think he's doing it genuinely, but I guess now it's just like to like hide the fact that he's
I think that's why it's so hard for me to process, because I never thought of him as a psychopath, and like this is psychopath behavior. So now it's just like, but I don't want to believe that he's a psychopath, but he's probably a psychopath.
Yeah. He's a terrible person.
Jax is a psychopath.
Yeah, but I think Jax turned himself around. I don't think Sandoval can. I don't know.
I feel like we haven't seen him on reality TV anymore to know if he's still psychopath.
They have a podcast. I watch him, and I don't know. I like when he was on Watch What Happens Live. He admitted to being, to being an ass, and he's like, I have no leg to stand on with the cheating stuff, but I've come a long way. Also, him and Brittany are doing. They're doing like a talking couch thing where they watch the episodes, the news episodes, and like review them. It's on Peacock though. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're coming back. They're
making their way. They're making their way. Making their way downtown.
But yeah, that's it.
No one is telling us why Jamie Foxx is dead. Like no one's talking about it. I feel like we're owed the respect to know what's going on with him.
Give me something like personal, really super personal.
I don't understand why they don't think this is our business. Like we literally deserve to know this information. Like y'all are literally just like not gonna tell anybody. Like, come on, be for real. Like, y'all really think this man, he's in a B, C, D list celebrity. This is Jamie Foxx. And, like, this is like if Tom Cruise or Meryl Streep just, like, randomly ended up in the hospital for, like, ages and turned into a vegetable and nobody was saying anything. He is a staple in pop culture and American history of Hollywood, film, TV, and television. Why are y'all not telling us what's wrong with him? He played Ray Charles, for goodness sakes, in a biopic. And no one is telling us why he's been hospitalized?
No, I came out of nowhere.
It's just like, I can understand if this was like the first week and they didn't say anything. But this man has been like literally on hospice, like on his deathbed for like 2 months now. And y'all still aren't telling us what's wrong with him? Now y'all are getting disrespectful.
Maybe his dying wish was don't tell the public.
It must be something he had no business doing. If this is the case,
no, I feel like it's something like
whatever. I'm upset about it, and we deserve to know.
Well, we hope that he's okay.
We should riot in the streets.
Okay. Well, wishing Jamie Foxx better health. I do. This is if he dies,
for a speedy recovery, of course.
It might be as bad as when Bernie Mac died. Still not over that.
Oh my God, that was a tough one. We miss you, Bernie. We miss you.
Why, God? Why? But all right. Any other news?
I'm trying to think.
Vanderpump Rules. A new season. Have you seen the new cast of Real Housewives of New York?
Oh no.
It's a whole new cast.
I don't like it. I won't be watching.
It's like a whole
I want
new show.
Sonia. I want Leah. I want Luann. And I want Dorinda.
I know.
And if I can't, y'all could scrap Ramona, but everybody else y'all need to bring back.
Ramona.
I just didn't understand. They had one like bad season and they were like, let's just scrap the whole thing.
Maybe it was bad for a while. That's a great point. But maybe it was bad for a while. And that was just... they tried to blame it on the black girl. But I don't know.
Maybe. I feel like it might have been. I don't know. It didn't feel like it was. It seemed like they made it seem like the season where they added the black girl, it was just so bad. And I will say, will I say it? I don't know. She came in a little bit too hot and too heavy. Like, it was just like, you gotta read the room. It's just like, she was like, Black Lives Matter and this and this and this. And I'm with you, sister. I'm with you. But you should know that the women that you're talking to are not going to be on your side. Like, look at who you really think Ramona's going to be like, oh, yes, 100% Black Lives Matter. And I am anti-MAGA. No, she's not going to do that. And, like, I think she wanted them to, like, turn them. I was like, you're not going to turn these 60-year-old women who are set in their ways. Like, you're not going to do it. So it just, like, wasn't working.
Yeah. I feel like that's why they brought her on, though. But
I mean, I think they needed a black woman.
Yeah.
But they added this black woman who was just so fight the power. And it was just like, I feel like they did that on purpose. But it's like, y'all didn't have to do that. Y'all just needed to diversify. Y'all didn't have to add a black woman who was so radical, who you knew wasn't going to get along with these very conservative white women. Like, that's what you didn't need to do. And I feel like they did it for the sake of, like, the movement and the era that we were in and post-COVID. And, like, that's why they did it. But it was just like, if you're going to diversify, just diversify. Don't add someone who you know is not going to get along with the rest of these women. Because their ideologies don't align. Did I use that word right? Ideology? Ideologies?
Political.
Their political beliefs and their morals do not align. Ideologies? Ideology? Ideology!
Jeez.
Their ideology does not align.
That's on that.
Andy. And because of that, we had to scrap everybody.
Maybe.
When y'all really should just scrap Ramona.
It was time for them to go. They're just so old.
I don't think it was. But it was... Son, there is no other woman better than Sonia Morgan. Like, she drank a bottle of wine through her face mask.
Maybe production was like, I can't do it anymore. I can't watch.
Oh, I know that was a tough group, especially when they got drunk. Oh God.
Yeah, they were just like, at this point, they're a liability. We can't go into any restaurants.
I don't know. I just feel like all of them, though, like a lot of the different not franchises or different seasons or cities are falling off. Like, literally throw Orange County into the garbage, please. Horrible.
I don't even know who's on that.
Of course. Why would you? New York, y'all were doing great, but then y'all scrapped everybody for whatever reason. So now I'm not gonna watch because you have these new people who I don't want to look at because I want to look at Sonia and Ramona and Leah. And then they got rid of Dallas. Atlanta doesn't have any OGs remaining.
It was getting boring, but
and it's getting boring. Potomac is newer, drama. So it should be fine for now.
Yeah,
for now.
But maybe it's just the end of. I've heard people really like Miami.
Yeah, but of course people like Miami because it's fresh on the scene. Yeah, it's newer. But like the ones that have been around, like I feel like they're just falling off. Like
maybe we should stop them and just do new cities.
No.
No,
I don't know. They should just not get. They need to stop pissing off the OGs. Like I would still be watching Atlanta. Well, maybe not if. What's her face? Nene was on there. She's a garbage human. But I would still be watching New York if Sonia, Bethany, Luann, Dorinda was still on there. I would still be watching.
That's the only one.
No. I would still be watching Atlanta. I mean, Portia's not an OG, but if Portia was still on there.
Well, they didn't piss Portia off. Them girls pissed Portia off.
Well, stop pissing her off. Stop. Y'all should have cut the check bigger. Because now I got to look at Marlo and Drew. I love Marlo. No, thank you. And Candy, who's a snooze fest.
Yeah. I think it's just time to just wrap it up.
We'll see. I'm excited for Salt Lake and Beverly Hills.
Oh, yes. Salt Lake City, yes. I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's time to start dissolving the old ones and let's go rolling with the new ones. Those are only good ones.
It doesn't make any sense to have a show about like housewives in like different cities and like you don't have staple cities like New York and like Beverly Hills. That doesn't make any sense.
No one's watching them.
Like, but like if you're gonna make a show about affluent women who are married to wealthy men and you're gonna pick cities, you can't pick freaking
right
Whitewater, Wisconsin. You have to pick a major city.
Maybe just like end it a year to rebrand, do what Housewives.
Why is there not a Chicago? When's that one coming?
This could be the next one to get rid of one or the other one.
I guess so.
All right, Jade.
All right, let's dive in.
Okay. What is this movie about?
Think adolescent children. Think antics and schemes. Think boys have cooties, girls are from Venus. Think Battle of the Sexes. Think bullies. Think torn between the love of your life and your best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Think cute little precious little chubby little cheeks. Think go-karts. Think races. Think we have to raise money for our organization.
Not just the plot. Think the plot of the movie.
And think big ears, buck tooth, and a piece of hair sticking at the top of your scalp. Oh. And that brings us to, drumroll please, The Little Rascals.
Yes. A fun one.
Woo!
An icon.
Summary. Mischievous youngster Spanky, played by Travis Tedford, leads an anti-girl organization, and he picks his buddy, Alfalfa, played by Bug Hall, to represent them in an all-important soapbox car rally. When Spanky finds Alfalfa canoodling with their schoolmate Darla, played by Brittany Austin Holmes, Spanky decides him and the rest of the He-Man-Woman Haters Club must break up the couple. Unfortunately, while Spanky and his pals are busy meddling in Alfalfa's affairs, their prized race car is destroyed by the club's rivals and neighborhood bullies, Buck, and Wome. Wome.
I call them two bullies.
Just sum it up. Because his name isn't Worm.
Mm-hmm.
It's spelled W-O-I-M. I was just like, why y'all just didn't name him Worm? But it's Wom. I think it's Wom. Yeah, Wom.
He's British.
Anywho. The film is an adaptation of How Roaches Are Gang, a series of short films of the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, many of which were broadcasted on television as The Little Rascals, which centers on the adventures of a group of poor neighborhood children. Adorable. The original plot is set during the Jim Crow era, and it was one of the first television series where we saw the integration of African American children and white children being on the same level.
Very lovely.
The film is directed... No, so the current film that we're doing is directed by Penelope Cyphris. Screenplay by Penelope Cyphris. Paul Gaia and Stephen Mazur. Paul Gaia and Stephen Mazur later went on to write Liar Liar and Heartbreakers together.
I don't know Heartbreakers.
You know Heartbreakers, the one with Jennifer Love Huge Tits and her mom, and they are con artists.
That one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe we should do that one day down the line, you know. The movie was released August 5th, 1994, just a few short weeks before your birth.
Wow. Look at that.
Budget?
What year was this made?
1994. Can't guess the budget because the budget was not able to be found. I have no clue what the budget is.
I'll say $1 million.
No, I would have to say at least 10.
Who
maybe
did they pay?
Maybe 5.
5. In 1994?
Box office?
So it went to theaters. $50 million.
Not bad for you.
55. 60.
$67.3 million.
Okay. We don't know if they lost or made it, but you know, with these adorable little kids, I'm assuming they made it.
Throughout production. Wait, no, that's wrong. I'll come back to that later. Sorry. Cast. So once again, couldn't really find like much. Like I really thought I was like, this movie is gonna have so much information. I was like,
oh really?
I'm gonna have a field day. Nothing. So I figured I would do for like the cast, since they're like, you know, little childhood actors, I would do like a Where Are They Now thing. So Travis Tedford, who played Spanky, you know, the president of the He-Man Women Haters Club and Alfalfa's best friend, is currently a manager at a Texas Trust Credit Union.
Okay, turn it up.
Okay. Bug Hall, who plays Alfalfa, Spanky's best friend and Darla's boyfriend. You know, he had a lot of 90s roles. We saw him in Get a Clue. Remember, with Lindsay Lohan? That's him as a teenager. So he was in Get a Clue. And then he also was in Hercules, the animated version. Like I think he voiced young Hercules.
Oh.
Then he was in Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Who did he play in that one?
I don't know. One of the children.
Was he the kid? Okay, keep going.
I don't. Yeah. Anywho, so that was his, like, you know, his little roles. He ain't really did much since then, though. Then Brittany Ashton Holmes, who plays Darla, Alfalfa's girlfriend, currently lives in Los Angeles with her husband, working on obtaining a political science degree.
Okay, girl.
Then Kevin Jamal Woods as Stymie.
I'm sorry. Did you know Mila Kunis was in Honey, We Shrunk the Kids?
Oh no, I did not.
Me either. Sorry.
Kevin Jamal Woods as Stymie. What was it? The one who's bald head. The bald head little boy.
Yeah.
With the hat.
The black guy?
He is the club's vice president.
Oh, I did not realize that.
I did not know that
That makes sense.
But yeah, watching back, I was like, he does give vice president vibes. So he enjoyed some popularity as a child actor, but has remained very much under the radar since then. Don't know what he's up to now. Let's see. Porky. Zachary Morby as Porky, you know, one of the younger members of the club.
Adorable.
You know, the yin and yang one, the black boy and with the dreadlocks and
favorite characters.
So Porky's the white one. He has had an array of different jobs. He worked for American Airlines for a little minute, you know. And now he serves as the contributing editor of some London-based religious publication called the Catholic Herald.
Oh, no. Oh, well, good luck with the religious endeavors.
Yeah. Then, let's see. We have Ross Badgley as Buckwheat. So, you know, Porky and Buckwheat. So he's the black guy with the the braids. That's a horrible wig he has on too. So he was another one, super famous little 90s kid. He was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was in Independence Day.
Yes.
Current whereabouts aren't really known, but he has dabbled in DJing, real estate, and then was an employee at a consulting firm.
Okay.
And let's see, who else do we have? Cortland Med as the club typer. And he only says he did some voice in the show Recess.
Oh,
he was also in Hercules, and then he was in some movie that I've never heard of, Lloyd in Space.
Lloyd,
but he's not doing anything now. Oh, I'm glad I saw this one. And then we have Waldo Johnson III, the rich kid on the block, played by Blake somebody. He's gay now.
I was like, yeah, gay as hell.
And it makes a whole lot of sense. That performance he put on with Darla, I was like, oh, come on, kid. So now he has worked as a go-go dancer.
Fun.
But he was also on Full House. He played Michelle's little friend, Michelle Tanner.
Ooh.
Little friend. If you saw an episode, you remember him. But he recently, had a cameo. When Fuller House came out, he reprised his role.
Okay.
Which I thought was cute because he was friends with Michelle, which is the awesome twin, and they're in this movie.
Right.
How adorable!
Go all the way back.
And then everybody else doesn't really. That's about it.
Love. Being a child star is so hard because it's like I was in this iconic movie, and now.
What do I do? Right. It's hard.
Stressful.
And when I was typing this, I was like, it must be so hard to be so many things when you're younger and so many big things. And then now once you're older, it's just
nothing.
You're just that little kid who's in that thing that one time.
Right.
Probably typecast and just can't get any work. You're too popular when you're a kid and now you can't get any work as an adult.
Or you're just I don't want to do it. Is it not Cole Sprouse, the other Sprouse? Dylan is
No, he's in a movie.
Oh, he was doing real estate for a little bit.
Real estate?
Yeah. He was in, I guess, I didn't know he was in a movie. He was doing real estate for a while.
He is in a movie recently. I don't know where that movie is going. I don't know if it's on Netflix or something. But it's a really random plot. It's about, he plays a boxer.
No.
Right? Already weird.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Don't sign me up. But low-key sign me up. So he plays a boxer.
I was like, wait, what? Then okay, that's better.
He plays a doctor turned boxer. He plays a boxer. He plays a boxer. He is into this little homely girl, really innocent chick. I don't know why she sees him at a fight. But she does.
She died.
He makes a bet with her, and he's like, "Hey, if I win this fight, you got to date me or something like that, or you got to move in with me." So random. He wins the fight. She has to move in with him.
What?
So random and corny. But I kind of want to watch it. But I don't know what it's on.
You have to move in with me.
It's You must.
Was it beautiful? Is it called Beautiful Disaster?
Oh, let me see.
It says
yes.
Okay. 2023 movie. Okay.
What is it on?
Watch movie. Let's click on here. You can watch this. It's rated R. Ew. It looks like it's on anything. I don't know. It's like you can rent it from the regular renting spots.
Right. But yeah. Oh, so it was a novel. It was definitely giving a novel.
It's got good ratings. 81% people like it.
That's insane.
What?
That it has an 81%. When
I like people like it. Yeah.
I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, you seen it?
Oh no, the trailer. I'm sorry. When I was watching the trailer,
yeah.
I was like, this is so stupid. I'll watch though.
I won't. But if it ever comes on something, maybe.
Fair is fair.
Okay. Is it time?
Yes.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's time to dive in.
Ooh, I'm about to
dive in.
So, welcome to Little Rascals. And the story begins with Spanky, the president of the He-Man Woman Hater Club. Woman misspelled as WOMUN.
On all their signage.
Oh, yes. Spanky is gathering the other members of the club who live in the neighborhood via his dog Petey. He pins a note to Petey. He's like, go.
He's a freaking carrier pigeon.
Yeah, he's like, go collect the masses. Get out there. So then we see Petey going to to deliver the note to one of the fellow members, Buckwheat and Porky. I just point this out because I really like this scene. They're fishing on a dock,
and their backs are facing each other,
and their hooks, their hook lines are like attached to each other underneath the bridge. Dock. Yeah, but they don't realize it. So whenever one pulls, the other one like
and then he's like, Buckwheat, I caught something. He's like, me too, Porky. and they just caught each other
and like pulling each other back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then Petey arrives and then he helps out. Buckwheat pulls him really hard, and then Porky falls into the water.
Adorable.
They are my
stupid
favorite
little kids.
Two people in this movie. I would have loved for them to do a spinoff.
Oh, they really should have one, especially Porky. Porky's adorable.
I like Porky. Just them together is fun. It's up to mayhem, mischief. And then next thing we see is everyone meeting at the makeshift clubhouse, and there's
built out of wood and metal.
Not safe.
It's to say this was constructed by children. This clubhouse made out of scraps. It looks really good.
I don't like to think that they made it, but
it's probably been in some sort of passed down He-Man Women's Haters Club for generations.
Hopefully a teenager.
Or it's probably like some hobo's home at one point. They probably just got in there and was like, hey, look at this fortress.
Maybe so. It's pretty cool, though. They all have to do a secret handshake to get in, which is like you wag your fingers under your chin.
You put your hand under your chin.
And
wiggle those fingers.
Right. So the meeting begins with them pledging their hatred to women. It starts young. It's not good.
I, Stymie, member in good standing of the He-Man Woman Haters Club, do solemnly swear to be a He-Man and hate women and not play with them or talk to them unless I have to, and especially never fall in love. And if I do, may I die slowly and painfully and suffer for hours or until I scream bloody murder.
It's a little rough how much they hate women.
Yes.
A little red flaggy, but it's in a cute way. We'll ignore it. And then each of the members go about sharing stories about how terrible girls or women are. Not good. So Spanky has called them all together to tell them that the annual go-kart race is coming up, and Spanky wants to announce the driver of the year, and he chooses his best friend Alfalfa as the driver for the club's prize-winning undefeated go-kart, the Blur.
The Blur has been undefeated since the very beginning of time. 5 years.
Wait, I didn't get
5 whole years.
That's adorable. But Alfalfa is nowhere to be found when this announcement is made,
because he's too busy. Cutscene to Alfalfa. He is on this freaking boat in this little pond lake on a date with Darla, and she has like an umbrella.
Oh my god, so cute.
First of all, who set this up for them?
Right? Why? How
They're
did he
literally 5.
Who let them grab the boat, get on the boat, and push themselves into the water, honey?
They're like on a gondola.
Yes,
I've never been on a gondola ride. And these 3-year-olds are on a date. And then so he's singing to her, he's serenading her.
You are so beautiful
to me.
Can't you see?
You're everything I hope for.
You're everything
I need.
You're everything
You are so beautiful.
You are so beautiful.
Oh, Alfalfa. She's in. He's got her. Hook, line, and singer.
Darla is so adorable.
She is so freaking precious.
Alfalfa is adorable in other ways, but he's not giving what Darla's giving. She's adorable.
He was a little bit older than her, okay? She was only 5 and he was 9. That's disgusting. Right?
I I'm like,
disgusting.
they're just children, but no.
That's really disgusting. That age gap to me is like the equivalent of like a 39-year-old with like a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Like that's disgusting.
It's like it's giving,
and they kiss like 10 times in this movie.
It's giving 21. My girlfriend.
He's
17.
he's basically almost double her age. He's twice her age.
He's gonna have to age out of her in like 2 years.
He's literally twice her age.
Who allowed this?
Like,
wait, he's 9
and she's 5.
No, man.
I don't know how old for the sake of the movie. I don't know, but in reality, you know. Oh no! In the
that's
film,
getting facts.
No, I don't know. I don't know how old I was reading the film.
I heated. I thought these were like factual.
Still, it's disgusting.
But at least he's not like a predator.
9 and 5. That's predatory. Yes.
But we don't even know that's true. I'm walking my statements back. I need confirmation on this.
Anywho, Darla is adorable. They're on the date. He's serenading her. Then he's talking about we have 2 hearts but 1 heartbeat. 2 brains but 1 thought. 2 souls but 1 shoe.
Yes.
He says all of these things to her. And she's like eating it up, but then she's like, you know what? You're like romantic and everything, but if this is the case, if you like me so much, if you're so into me, why are you part of that He-Man Woman Haters Club?
It's not adding up.
It's not mathing.
Isn't
mathing.
A woman.
And so he tries to articulate to her, he's like, look, babe, I am a man who loves, who gives, who cares, who shares. I'm sensitive. And I am in touch with my feminine side.
Okay.
Meanwhile, while Darla and Alfalfa are on this date, the He-Man Woman Haters Club, they've peeped the game. And they have followed them on this date. And they're eavesdropping from above over like a bridge.
Rude.
And they hear Alfalfa saying all this stuff.
They like throw
because he's one way with Darla and he's another way with his boys.
Right.
And we don't like no men like that.
And at this point, Darla is impressed with him. Darla said, come over here. Darla is impressed with him. And she asks him to sing with her at the fair that's coming up. He agrees. They love each other. And then he asks Darla on another date. And Darla agrees, but she says it must be at the He-Man Women Hating Clubhouse, to prove that he actually loves her. And he agrees, and the 2 kiss.
So then the next day, Alfalfa is on his way to pick up Darla for his date. He's got like a bouquet of flowers. He's like in a suit. He's on top of the world. So he's walking merrily down the street. And then we are introduced to 2 bullies, Buck and Wham. Buck and Wham. So as he's walking down the street, minding his business, Buck and Wham, they pull up on their disheveled, decrepit go-kart that is falling apart.
They mad.
And now they're mad because their, go-kart is trash. So now they see Alfalfa and they're just like, we're in a bad mood. We're going to beat you up. And Alfalfa's like, you got to catch me first. So he takes off and he's running for his life away from the 2 bullies.
He runs a lot in this movie.
He does.
But he manages to get away and he makes it to Darla's house. And just when he thinks he's safe, he greets Darla, and then a dog hops on him and attacks him.
Not just any dog. This is like a Rottweiler.
Yeah, it's actually a really big dog. Like,
it's that dog literally could have killed him.
Yeah. Get your dog.
I will sue you and your oil rig
and
your dad for every penny.
Yes.
All he needed was 1 dog bite, and he could have been rich.
Dunzo, honey. Cough up that limo, B.
He finally makes it to Darla. He's attacked by this dog upon arrival. And then once the dog kind of sicks back off of him, out comes from this Rolls Royce limo. It is Waldo. I've always thought Waldo was Macaulay Culkin when I was younger.
It's one of them.
He looks identical to him.
He
looks like Macaulay, just like his head's a little bit bigger.
But
the Macaulay Culkin lookalike Waldo comes out. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry for my dog. She's a little antsy. And Alfalfa's like, yeah, sure. And so upon, arrival, he automatically notices Darla. And Waldo is taken back by her beauty. And he tells her that she has the essence of a woman of 12.
Oh.
She's only 5.
Right.
What a compliment. The essence and the maturity of a woman of 12?
Does that mean he's 12?
That is 1 year from 13.
Mm.
She has the essence and the maturity of practically a preteen.
Right. And
she's blushing.
Right. And Darla loves compliments. She loves a good word.
Right.
Like her swoon.
She loves
some pretty
loves
words.
a little suave little line.
She's like, you got me.
Yeah, she's a romantic, this one.
Yes. But Alfalfa shuts this down because,
that's his woman.
That's his woman. And the two head off to their date. They're at the clubhouse, and Alfalfa originally thinks that the boys are away hanging out, I think, at a watering hole. And then the boys think that Alfalfa is sick at home with a toothache.
Because that's what he told them.
Right. So he has the clubhouse all to themselves. But unbeknownst to him, the boys are just outside watching the date and have pranks planned to ruin this activity.
So, they get on the date. They're there. He has like this table with candlelight lit. He's got like sandwiches and grape juice. And Darla is just taken away. And then
it's really cute.
It's really adorable. Super adorable. So he's like lighting the candle. And then he's like, should we start off with some like grapefruit? And he's like pouring it like it's wine. Okay. But right before he takes the grapefruit, the boys, the members of the He-Man Women Haters Club, have poured the grape juice into a boot and poured it back into the juice container. Oh. So now it tastes like sweaty juice feet.
Yes.
And then so Alfalfa takes it, not knowing that it's been contaminated, and he pours a glass for him and Darla. They drink it. It's disgusting. Mm-hmm. Then he's like, let's move on to lunch. So he pulls out sandwiches that he's made for them.
This is going to get better.
But the boys have put kitty litter.
Oh, no.
Disgusting. Into the sandwiches.
They claim it's fresh kitty litter.
Fresh,
so at the very least.
Clean kitty litter. But no.
Are they gonna die? I'm like, can you eat kitty litter and not die? Is this toxic?
I guess, is it just sand? I don't know. I have
no idea.
So they dig into the sandwiches. It tastes like sand. And Darla's like trying to be really polite, and she's like, it's really crunchy. And then Alfalfa was like, yeah, secret recipe.
Yeah. Whatever.
And he's like, okay, let's move on. So he tells her that he has a gift for her. He pulls out this ring, and he's like, this is for you. It's just to show my undying love for you. I adore you, Darla. You're my woman. You're my one and only. And of course, she eats it up. She loves it. And she's like, Alpha, it's beautiful.
It is. It's so cute.
And then he basically was like, would it be too much if I asked for a kiss? And she's like, of course not. They kiss for like the 20th time in this movie. And all's well is ends well, or so he thinks.
Yes, because at this point, the boys are pissed. Oh, you gonna kiss her? Bet.
Yeah, once he kisses her, they're pissed.
Because they had a longer list of pranks, but they was like, you know what, this is over with. So they go to the front of the door, bang on the door. Alfalfa, get your behind out here. At this point, Alfalfa freaks out. He's hiding the table. He's trying to get rid of the evidence. He asks Darla to hide in the closet. She says, be fucking for real. I'm not getting in the closet. Good for her. And he's like, fine, okay, stay right here. I'm gonna go talk to them. He goes out, talks to the boys, refuses to admit that there's a girl inside, and just trying to pull off the whole I have a toothache thing. But the boys, of course, aren't buying it because they know she's in there. Just when they're about to go in there to see Darla in action, Darla drives the go-kart, the blur, into the clubhouse, through the wall, making the clubhouse collapse, and then a small fire starts. Alfalfa faints, and all their other boys, they get into action. They put on their really tiny little firefighter outfits, and they go about trying to put out the fire. So Alfalfa has fainted nearby near the fire, and Darla waits off to the side, happily watching it. The flames.
She's not. That's how you put that. She's not watching happily.
She ain't hoping. She's just. She don't look sad. She like. Oh,
she doesn't look. She does look a little sad.
Does she?
If she was watching from the distance happily, she would be the villain in this movie. She's just like, she's like, oh.
It was giving me like,
No,
That's what y'all get.
She's not watching Happily.
What's so wrong with bringing down a clubhouse of he-men women hating? I think she's a feminist, and I don't blame her for wanting to burn the place down.
That's fair, but she's not watching Happily. She's not.
Agree to disagree.
Anywho, so when the fire finally goes out, Darla, Alfalfa's still on the floor unconscious. Darla walks up to the gang of boys and Alfalfa unconscious. She takes off the ring. She throws it at him. She says, "I never want to see you ever again. We're through."
Deuces.
And Spanky is laughing and snickering happily because he gets what he wants. Darla and Alfalfa have broken up. But at what cost?
What cost?
At what cost? So Darla walks off, and as she walks off, Waldo just so happenly pulls up and is there. And he's like, "Hey, Darla, good to see you. What's going on, babe?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you." And then he's like, "Hey, the talent show's coming up. Maybe we should perform a duet together. Forget about you and Alfalfa." And she's like, "You know what? You're right. I would love to." And then she walks off with him into that Rolls Royce of a limo.
Bless her.
And now she's got a new man.
Now she got quick. So at this point, Alfalfa wakes up, and the boys are very upset with him because he is to blame for the clubhouse burning down, so they say. So the next day at what is left of the clubhouse, Alfalfa is put up to face his crimes in front of everyone. So Spanky sentences him to punishment, that being he must guard the go-kart day and night until the day of a race, and he must never speak to Darla ever again. So that night, while Alfalfa is guarding the go-kart, he wakes up to find that the boys are there, and they decided to come camp out with Alfalfa at the clubhouse to keep him company. Because it's raining outside, it's scary. And then they ask Alfalfa if he's thinking of Darla, and he claims that no, I am not thinking of Darla. But he does wonder if she's not thinking about him too. Wink, wink. So cut to the girls are having their own sleepover, and Darla claims not to be she claims not to be thinking of Alfalfa. And in this scene, we see Mary Kate and Ashley, which is very cute and adorable. And then we see both groups discussing why they hate each other and why they hate the opposite sex.
So each group is like having like a sleepover.
Yes.
The girls are having a sleepover and the guys are having a sleepover. And then they're like, boys are from Mars, girls are from Venus.
Giggling and gossiping. Fighting and farting. Barbies and bracelets. Boogers and bugs. Ice skating. Bungee jumping.
Synchronized swimming.
I'm trying to get them to sit still. Boys! Girls!
The next day, the boys are off to work on rebuilding their clubhouse, and they go to like a lumber yard to buy lumber. When they arrive there, they say, "Sir, we have these pennies and this dirt and this dust. What can this, get us?" Surprisingly, doesn't give them a lot, and they learn that it's going to cost them $450 to come up with the money to buy the lumber so they can rebuild the clubhouse. They're walking home, and they're very discouraged about what's going on. But then they come across a sign that says bank loan, and they come with a wise idea. They'll just get a loan. So they decide to disguise themselves as adults by sitting on top of one another's shoulder, and they wear like a long coat.
They literally look like a mixture between like Amish people and like Orthodox Jews. I couldn't understand which look they were going for, but they look like a hybrid of the two.
Yes. So they have this long coat on, these fake beards, these weird hats. They go up into the bank and trying to get a loan. The guy's like, "What's your bank account number?" They say 7. The guy's like, "What?" You're like, 8. It's not working. The guy's not buying their little thing. Obviously, he realizes they're disguised as children. He kicks them out. I feel like that was a famous actor. I didn't really know who that was.
I feel like he was supposed to be famous, and it wasn't. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was.
But nonetheless, they're kicked out and they're discouraged again. They're like, "Ooh, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do?"
So next we see Alfalfa. Why that while they're doing the whole bank stuff, Alfalfa's back at the old clubhouse, and he's still guarding the blur, and he's up on a little tree, picking off dandelions, doing the, does she love me? Does she love me not? Does she love me? Does she love me not? And he's picked out apparently like 1,000 of them, to the point where it is decided by fate that Darla, in fact, loves him.
So, whippy! So he decides that he's going to write her a love letter, and he gets Porky and Buckwheat to try to deliver the love note to her. And of course, at first they're like, "No, we can't do that. We're part of the She-Man Women's Hating Club. We can't deliver no love note to no girl."
It's a no for me, dog.
And so Alfalfa thinks he's gonna like outwit them, and he's like, "Okay, no. It's not gonna be a love letter. It's going to be a hate letter." And they're like, "Oh, well, we can deliver that." So he is vocalizing or reading out loud what the love letter says, and he says something to the effect of, "Dear Darla, I hate your stinking guts. You are the scum between my feet. Hate Alfalfa." But what it really says, when he writes it down, it really says, "Dear Darla, you're the love of my life. I can't live without you, truly. You're Romeo, Alfalfa."
Where is this guy getting this stuff from?
He is literally... like, why is he so, like,
he's like
romantic and hopelessly in love at 9?
Who are his parents?
Who knows? Who knows? He's a real Casanova.
Yeah, Casanova.
Real Casanova. So he does all of this. He tells Buckwheat and Porky to deliver the note, and they go on and they deliver it.
So they get to Darla's house. And they're like, "We have a note from Alfalfa." And she's like, "Okay, what's the note?" So they start looking for it. They can't find it. But they're like, "You know what? It wasn't long. I remember it from memory." And they say the whole,
Dear Darla, I hate your stinking guts. You make me vomit. You are scum between my toes. Love Alfalfa.
And at this point, Darla is really pissed.
She's enraged
so much that she has a little can in her hand and she crushes it. She's upset.
She's all dressed up too, and she looks so cute and so precious because she has a dance recital later.
Yeah, she really doesn't need this energy.
And she does not need this energy, and she's pissed. So Buckwheat, back at the clubhouse, Buckwheat and Porky, they tell Alfalfa everything that happened. And they're like, "We couldn't find the note, so we just told her, what you said." And he was like, "Ugh, Jesus Christ." And he's like, "Well, was she pissed?" And they're like, "Yeah, she was."
Yeah, very.
And he's like, Alfalfa's like, "I've got to go over. I've got to, tell her what really happened. Like, this was all a mistake." And then Porky and Buckwheat are like, "You can't do that. Are you stupid?
You can't leave."
And they're like, "You can't leave the blur, and you can't go confess your love to a girl." And then Alfalfa's like, "I can do whatever I want. I'm not scared of Spanky." And then as he turns around, Spanky is standing right there beside him.
"Hiya, pal."
And he's like, "Rats."
So at this point, Spanky is taking Alfalfa to the dance recital so he can make sure that he tells Darla that he doesn't like her anymore. He wants to break up with her. This is over. But once they get to the dance recital, they're told they cannot come in because they're children and they're by themselves. And also Darla's about to go on stage. But back at the clubhouse, Porky and Buckwheat, who are supposed to be guarding the blur, get distracted by a duck with a dollar bill attached to it, which was placed on the duck by the two bullies,
Butch and Wham.
Because this whole time they want to steal the blur. That's their plan throughout this whole movie. They put the dollar in a duck to distract the two boys. And just when they thought their plan worked and the boys run away to chase after the duck, the car was booby trapped, and when they did something or tried to steal it, a jar of pickles falls onto them, and somehow for some reason they can't steal it anymore. I was like, you could just steal the car, just have pickle juice everywhere, but children's movie. So the car does not get stolen this time, and Buckwheat and Porky do get that dollar. So, I got a dollar. I got a dollar. I got a dollar. Hey, 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 hey. Tops.
Adorable.
Tops. So back at the dance recital, Spanky and Alfalfa are still sitting outside waiting for Darla to come out so Alfalfa can break up with her. But before that can happen, the two bullies arrive wow, the boys are just everywhere. And at this point, Spanky sees them and he grabs Alfalfa and they run inside to hide. And unfortunately, the bullies are right on their trail.
So when they go into the recital area place, they hide into a closet. They change into the recital uniform. So now they put on
wigs
these
and all
pink leotards, these tights, ballet slippers, and for whatever reason they got wigs hiding in the closet too. So they put on wigs and disguise themselves as female ballerinas. So when they make it out, Butch and Wom are standing outside the door, and they're like, "Oh, hey, sweet stuff. Have you seen these two losers scurry on by? We're trying to kick their butts." And Alfalfa and Spanky are like, "No, we haven't seen them. We think they went in there." And they point at a closet. And in the closet, the ballet recital teacher is changing. And she escorts Butch and Wom out of the recital building, and Spanky and Alfalfa go into another room where all the other ballerinas are awaiting the start of the recital, and he finds Darla,
who's very nice. She's like,
yes.
"Who are you guys?"
And then as soon as they come in, they are greeted by Darla and her friends, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, are y'all doing the recital too?" She's being so friendly and so sweet.
Not only
she's just so adorable and kind.
She's a nice girl.
Yes. And they're like, and Alfalfa's like, "Yeah, I'm super nervous. I'm sweating like a pig." Alfalfa takes Darla's handkerchief that she gives to him. She's like, "Here, use my hanky." And he keeps it as a memento. And then
before the boys can run off and get away, the teacher comes in the classroom and ushers everyone to the stage, and thinking that Spanky and Alfalfa are one of her ballerinas, she pushes them on stage as well.
So they run off, and now they're on stage. We hear, what is it, like the Nutcracker? What's that song? It was a Swan Lake. I don't know.
Who knows?
Whatever that is. I think it's a Nutcracker. Who knows? So that song is playing. Did we mention the frog?
No, I left it out, but
so while we're here, Alfalfa has had a frog in his hand this entire time, and he like turns his back. He's like, "What am I gonna do with this frog?" He puts the frog into his pants.
Right, just let it go
during the recital. So while the ballerinas that are trained in this performance, they're performing.
They waited their whole life for this.
Yeah, Spanky and Alfalfa, they're just out here spitballing, and Alfalfa's got a frog in his pants that's leaping all about. So those two are literally having like an aneurysm on stage.
Alfalfa's freaking out. But Spanky's like he's the moment up
He's
there.
getting into it. Spanky's like getting into it. He's like vibing.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just going to shake my tush.
Yes.
And I'm going to have fun here.
Make faces.
And, all the parents and all the guests in the audience are laughing. The recital lady is pissed.
Not happy.
And the show is ultimately a disaster. But, it's kids. Who cares? It's adorable. It's cute. It's fun. So once the recital is over, the dance recital teacher grabs them. She escorts them out of the building. And she says, "This is a academy for, I don't know, ballerinas. Get out.
Get out." Before that happened, Alfalfa goes into like another room or something to take the toad out of his pants. He undresses, leaving. Did you say that part?
Oh, no, I didn't.
He undresses to take the toad out of his leotard. He comes out because the teacher finds him, and now he's in his underwear. Problems. So Spanky and Alfalfa are trying to leave. When they look outside, they see that the two bullies are standing outside. And then Spanky, being the good friend that he is, he's like,
he's still dressed up as a ballerina.
Yes.
He says the costume and the wig on, so he still looks like a girl.
Yes. And he's like, "I'm going to distract them so you can get away." So he goes out there, flirts with the boys. He's like, "Hi, boys. Ha, ha." And they're distracted by his beauty.
You got some fries to go with that shake?
So while that's going on, Alfalfa was able to sneak out the front door and run off. And just when Spanky's plan is going, he thought it was going well, he walks under a tree branch that grabs his wig, revealing his true identity as Spanky. And at this point, the bullies chase after him because, it's time to get beat up. But Spanky, luckily, is able to outrun these bullies. But unfortunately for Alfalfa, the bullies run into him. So now Alfalfa has to run away from them. He somehow gets to Waldo's house. How big is this town?
He's literally like running all over.
Yes.
All over the place. Like he like passes up a church. He passes up like a clubhouse. He passes up a school. And then now he has somehow made his way in front of the mansion that is the home of Waldo. Lovely. You know, here's another thing. Mm-hmm. How Darla, she just finished the recital. How's she already at the boy house? In the pool.
I guess we can say they've been running for a long time.
I
guess we could say like these kids don't get tired and they just have
all kinds of energy.
Yes.
So Alfalfa is running for his life in his tighty whities from Butch and Wham. He makes it to the front door of Waldo's house. He doesn't know that he's running into Waldo's mansion.
Yeah,
but Butch and Wham are stopped by like, you know, the grounds people. Mm-hmm. But Alfalfa makes his way into the house and he runs, and then he runs all the way to the back by the pool where does he jump in the pool?
The dog chases him and he jumps in the pool, yeah.
So the dog chases him, the same dog that almost killed him at the beginning of the movie, chases him into the pool. He jumps into the pool. He gets out. He loses his underwear. So now he's naked. Mm-hmm. And then when he looks up, he sees that Waldo and Darla are in the pool. And Darla was like, Alfalfa, I've never seen this side of you before. Because she's seeing his little pee-pee.
I be so embarrassed. Not only are you embarrassing yourself in front of your girl, but your girl and her new man.
Yeah.
Treacherous.
It would be
worse.
Quite the embarrassment.
It's literally the worst thing you could
worst day ever because he's running from these two bullies and now his girlfriend's seen him naked and
it's worse.
His ex-girlfriend.
Yes. And Alfalfa runs off again. We see that he makes it to the clubhouse safely. And Buckwheat and Porky are there, excited because they got pickle. I got a pickle. I got a pickle. I got a pickle. Hey, 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 hey. Love their songs. So the next scene of the next day is the fair. And the boys have arrived at the fair to raise money to rebuild the clubhouse. They set up like a circus type attraction to raise money, but it's not really getting any attention.
It's supposed to be like a freak show type thing, but there's no freaks. It's just one of the members of the club eating chicken.
Yeah, who knows?
So they're really trying to, you know, hone in on this.
They're like,
this
the fears of child obesity. No.
But there's no freaks to go along. Meanwhile, Buckwheat and Porky come up with their own plan to make money. So they steal a sign that says admissions to the talent show $3. So there's talent show going on. They set up a little desk, a sign, some chairs, and they start charging people into the talent show that is supposed to be free.
Yes.
So while Spanky got his little freak show that ain't working, Buckwheat and Porky have collected a large amount of money, upward of $500 from their little scheme.
Yes.
And so when Spanky notices it, he's like, oh my goodness, you guys are geniuses. Oh, hats off to you. Y'all go rest. I'll take it from here.
Yes.
And then so when he takes over, of course, now they get caught. Some teacher lady.
I feel like she's an actress something too.
Yeah, I think she's probably famous too. Whatever. So she comes up. The teacher is like, Spanky, whatever his last name is, you are not supposed to be charging these people for the talent show. This is supposed to be free. You can't take advantage of people like this. That is stealing.
Theft.
And then she was like, what do you expect me to do with all this money? We can't distribute it back to these people. And then he comes up with the bright idea to have her use the money that they collected for the talent show as the prize money for the go-kart race.
Not a bad idea.
And she's like, okay, I can dig it. Not a horrible idea, Spanky.
I can swing with that. So while all this is going on, Alfalfa is back at the clubhouse, watching over the blur, his punishment. And he's trying to give over, Darla. He's upset. He's trying to write his feelings. He's trying to cope with this new loss. But while he's there, he discovers a checklist that the boys left from when they did all those pranks while he was on a date with Darla. And he discovers that they ruined his date, and he's very upset. And he hops into the blur and drives over to the fair to confront Spanky. But before he can do that, at the fair, he sees Darla and Waldo on stage.
performing Love by Nat King Cole.
It's for the way you look
At me.
Hello.
Oh.
Yes.
Is for the only one I see.
Come on now.
V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore, and love is all that I can give to you.
Come on now, baby.
Love is more than just a game for two. And love can't make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you.
So they're singing that. Darla has no part in this.
She's literally just bopping
She's
around.
like eye candy. Because I'm pretty sure when she wanted to sing with Alfalfa, they were going to do a duet. This is how bad Waldo is.
This is how big of a narcissist
I think he gets this from his father, but I think he thinks women are just like eye candy. They're just supposed to sit there.
Trophies.
But he got the wrong one. Darla ain't a side, sit back and chill type of girl.
Darla is an independent woman.
Thank y'all.
Okay.
So Alfalfa sees their little performance. Boo.
He's brokenhearted. And
he's like, goes to the teacher and he's like, do you have room for one more act, Tizai? And she's like, yeah, go ahead. Go for it. So while Alfalfa is off, preparing for his musical debut, we see the bullies, Warm and Butch. They notice the Blur at the fair, unattended. And they're like,
and unlocked.
They're like, bet. So, of course, they steal it. This is what they've been trying to do the whole movie.
This is what bullies do.
Done so. So, Alfalfa is warming up his vocals. Me, on the side of
Figaro.
When Waldo comes up to talk to him and they discuss, their love and their fight for Darla, Waldo's like, you're never get her back. And at this point, he takes it upon himself to put soap into Alfalfa's drinking water. Right before
he goes on stage.
So Alfalfa is called up. He goes on stage. Right before he begins his musical number, he chugs the water. He notices it tastes funky. He has eaten so many bad things in like the last couple days. Just like foot, grape juice, bubbly water, cat litter.
Just his
digest
intestines.
Yes, his gut health is probably thrown off right now. So, Alfalfa goes to sing, and as he's singing,
what song is he even singing?
I thought I had it. I don't know what. It's a beautiful number.
Is it?
I don't know. Really.
I was like, is it?
When he does it. But
anywho, he's singing, and while he is singing, he starts to burp, and as he's burping, bubbles start coming out of him because he's been drinking dish soap.
Yeah.
And now everyone's laughing at him because while he's singing, he is projecting bubbles into the crowd.
It's actually kind of cool. It's like a neat trick.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
honestly,
he would have won.
I thought that would have been the winner of the talent.
A serenade with some bubbles.
Like how is he doing that?
Yeah,
how is he making these large bubbles come out of his small body?
This is amazing.
So people are laughing at him. He doesn't know why he's got bubbles coming out of his chest. And Spanky takes it upon himself. He's like, you know what? I'm going to take this dude and I'm going to put him out of his misery. So Spanky somehow takes the decorations or the wall decor that is accompanying the talent show, the setup, I don't know what you would call it. There's like a hook that he hooks Alfalfa onto, and it hooks onto Alfalfa's pants, and now Alfalfa is singing, and now he's hooked onto this mechanism, and he's now flying while he's singing, and bubbles are coming out of his chest. So that was just like a rigmarole.
Alfalfa is a true artiste. He has never stopped once. He's going to finish the song. I don't care. I don't care if I got bubbles coming out of my mouth. I don't care if I'm flying in the air.
He don't care, baby.
This is my art.
That is dedication. This is my craft.
Yes. So, Darla's not impressed. She says she hates him because I think at the beginning of it he confesses his love for her. He's like, "This is for you, Darla."
Oh yeah, and she's like, "Please don't say my name.
Yes,
please don't say my name. Please don't say my name."
So after all that, she's not impressed. She hates him. Alfalfa finishes the song strong, runs off stage, and Spanky and the boys go up to him to tell him how much of an idiot he made of himself.
What an embarrassment he is.
Yes, they're
disgusted.
disgusted.
To the organization, to the club, and to men everywhere.
Right. If they're not careful, these can.
Yeah. If we don't stop this soon,
these boys could.
These
go
boys are dangerous.
Yes, exactly.
If they stay on this trajectory,
it's not good. Women, watch out.
Good.
And at this point, they're like, wait. Alfalfa, aren't you supposed to be watching over the blur? Where is it? And he's like, it's fine. It's over here. Safe. So Alfalfa goes to the spot where he left the blur, and boom, shakaloom, ba-doom, ba-doom. The blur isn't there.
And at this point, everyone's like had it up to here with him.
Man.
They're like, you really keep on messing up here. And Spanky's like, if I had a club to kick you out of, I would.
Wait, I love when one of the black guys is like, dang, you keep messing up. He's like, you keep on messing up, bro.
Like, bro, you can't get it together at all. But he literally is taking L after L after L. And Spanky's like, if I had a clubhouse to kick you out of, I would. And then Alfalfa's like, you know what? I wouldn't even want to be in your club because I know what you did. I know how you tried to sabotage my relationship. How you move. And at this point, the two are done with each other.
We're done.
And they go their separate ways, and they're like, we're not friends anymore.
Ouch.
We're not pals.
That's what you gotta say. So, is his name Steamy? Somebody?
Steamy, yes.
So after this, I don't know if it's the night or the next morning, but we see like a
day.
Yeah, same day. We see like a montage of all the boys in the group being just like sitting around sad, you know.
They're all just kind of lost. Like,
yeah,
the clubhouse is burned down. Their leading members are feuding.
Yes,
it's just like where is this organization going?
Yes. So Steamy, who apparently is the vice president of the club, he takes it upon himself to speak with both Alfalfa and Spanky about reconciling. They need to talk to each other.
He's like, y'all have known each other since y'all were one.
Reconcile. So I guess eventually, you know, the boys are convinced by his thingy, his words, and they both go to each other's house at the same time, missing each other. But on the way back to their houses, they see each other. And we also see their versions of their dads. So, like, Spanky dad looks like an adult version of him, and Alfalfa's dad looks like an adult
Spanky
version.
goes to Alfalfa's dad and is like, is Alfalfa home? And then Alfalfa's dad, who looks like Alfalfa's, like, no. And then Alfalfa goes to Spanky's dad looking for Spanky, and Spanky's dad, who looks like Spanky, is like, no, Spanky's not here.
I like in this universe, like, your parents have to look exactly like you.
Right. Because even we see Buckwheat?
Yeah.
Mom, and it's freaking Whoopi Goldberg.
And they have the same hairstyle. So on the walk back, the two find each other and they apologize for the harsh words and their actions, and then they realize the importance of their friendship. And Alfalfa says something along the lines that he can't stop liking girls, and he really hopes that one day this club can be something that supports what people like and not with something that people hate instead. It's not what he wants. This hatred is
beautiful.
This is like
what he has.
Can we
so much love in his heart?
Do we have a club about stuff we like and not stuff we hate?
Oh,
I'm never gonna stop liking girls. It's only gonna get worse. Only gonna get worse.
I'm only gonna like girls more. Yeah. I think both of them are both on dangerous paths here. Both of them, honestly. Alfalfa as well.
Like reel it in, Alfalfa.
Like you're too invested into it.
Oh, he's gonna be what do you call it?
He's gonna be like a Drake, but worse. Oh, no. Worse than Drake.
He's always gonna be a relationship. What do you call this? Yeah. A serial monogamous. That's gonna be him.
His love for women is gonna be dangerous because he's gonna be like becoming like a stalker.
Oh, God, yeah. It could go wrong.
Like it could really go bad for both of them.
Yes. So hopefully they hang out with we see how the movie ends. So I think we have a better hope for the future. But anywho. So the rest of the group or the club joins back at the clubhouse. Everyone's in good spirits, and they all decide to band together to rebuild or build Blur 2, the sequel, another go-kart, so they can compete into the go-kart race, so they can raise the money to rebuild the clubhouse.
So now we have like a montage of them all working together to rebuild, or to not even rebuild, to create a new go-kart. which is good. Exciting times. The band's back together. We're on a good track. So now fast forward. Today's the day.
Today is the day.
Today's the big go-kart race. We're at the Derby. Here we are. Alfalfa and Spanky, they drive up. They're pulling up in their new whip, and they are shocked to see that the Blur is being driven by Butch and Wham, and they have defamed the Blur. They've covered it in like skulls and bones, and it's gray and dirty and
just symbolizes hatred.
It symbolizes what
bullying,
what Butch and Wham really represent. So they're really upset, but they move on. They got to keep it moving. They got to keep their eyes on the prize, you know? So the boys hope that they can win the prize money and the trophy, and, you know, just take home the big win. Right. And then also get the chance to meet the race car driver who is presenting the award, which is AJ Ferguson.
Hell yeah. Their idol. So also at the race is Waldo, who is riding with Darla. So
they're pulling up fashionably late,
and
they're in a very, very, very expensive looking go-kart and very expensive outfits.
Exactly.
And it's all match is.
So before they start, Waldo calls his dad, which is played by Donald Trump. And I will say I miss the times when Donald Trump was just someone who made movie cameos
and movies like The Little Rascals and freaking Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. And that's all he was good for.
Right.
And we would watch a random episode of The Apprentice, and you know, we actually liked him then because he was just a random reality star. He was just a celebrity with TV money. Star. What? No, he had to go ruin it for everybody.
No, he
got greedy.
He let the hype. He was like, "Oh, I'm actually really smart." No, sir, you're just
wealthy.
You're just a reality TV star. Stay in your lane, and y'all voted for him.
Stay in your lane.
Hopefully, none of my listeners, but some of y'all did.
54% of blank women voted for him. 54%.
A demographic voted for him, and okay, let's. Back on topic. We're a wholesome show. So his father is played by Donald Trump, and he's basically telling his dad that he's going to win riches, wealth, patriarchy, whatever. So before the race starts, Alfalfa ties Darla's handkerchief that he got at the dance recital to the front of the go-kart, saying it's going to be good luck. Spanky is still over the whole girl thing, and he just tries to ignore the whole situation. He's like, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing this.
He's like, I'm not seeing this. I'm not seeing this.
Also during this scene, we get a guest appearance from Whoopi Goldberg, who plays
playing Buckwheat's mommy.
And they're so cute. He's like, that's my mom. Hey, mom. Love. Sorry, where was I? And the race begins. So as the race is beginning, Butch and his team, Alfalfa and his team, and Waldo and his team accidentally go in the wrong direction. Darla was like, hey, I think we're going in the wrong direction. Waldo's like, no, you're a dumb girl.
He's like, the sign says to go this way. But the sign had been tampered with.
By, of course,
Buckwheat and
Porky.
Freaking Porky. Unbeknownst to them, they're so innocent. They didn't know what they were doing.
They're adorable.
But they messed up the signs, and they didn't know.
Yes. So they're going in the wrong direction. Darla tries to warn Waldo. He said, girls have no sense of direction. And she tells him, you are really starting to get on my nerves. Speak your mind, girl.
She said, you was really starting to piss me off.
Right.
I'm getting real sick of you. Tired of you.
Sick of you. So, they're driving. Waldo has these spikes on his car that he unleashes and tries to
jab
or slash Alfalfa and Spanky's go-kart against Darla, and they kind of swerve off. Darla's not happy to see this because, you could have killed them. These are children. We're all
children.
We're all children.
All kids here.
And Waldo's not hearing it. He's like, you so mad then? I'm a pull over. Oh, wait. You could have killed them. And then she's also upset to hear that Waldo was the one who did the soap thing at the fair, at the talent show. So at this part, Darla makes him pull over, and Darla makes him pull over, and Waldo gets out. Waldo tells her to get out. And we see
Beat
him.
It, toots.
Yeah, and we see him leave her behind on the side of the road. Wink.
So we see a child.
Yes, we see a child
standing on the side of the road with a helmet on.
We're made to believe that it's
Darla.
Yes. So now at this point, everyone's back on the right course. They're all going the right direction. They found the other go-kart peoples. The bullies are back on course too, and when they see that Alfalfa and Spanky's go-kart is near them, they throw like a smoke bomb on their go-kart, which causes like all the smoke to come up. They can't see. Whoa, no! Oh my God, we're falling. But they are saved by a child in Waldo's quote unquote go-kart who puts out the smoke bomb with a fire extinguisher. Why does he have on his go-kart? Riches. That's what rich people get. They account for all things. Here's a fire extinguisher. There.
I was so confused. I was like, riches?
Rich people just have...
you meant like treasure. It's like,
no,
like a treasure. I was like, riches.
They just buy stuff. Like, here's a fire extinguisher for your go-kart. Here's a nice go-kart. Like, it's like, why do you have that? But
this is true.
But it puts out the fire and it saves the day. They're like, thanks, bud. As they're continuing the race, and when Darla's handkerchief comes off of Alfalfa's go-kart, he climbs to the front of the go-kart to put it back on, which leaves Spanky to drive it. He is up at the front, fumbling to get the handkerchief back onto the top of it. He's unable to climb back before, the race finishes. And Waldo and his cart, quote unquote, Alfalfa and Spanky's cart and the bully's cart are neck and neck. They're like up in the 3. But just as they cross the finish line, Alfalfa and Spanky win by a hair. That is the hair that's on top of Alfalfa's head.
Alfalfa sprout.
It was a very close race, but Spanky and Alfalfa saved the day.
Because
they
he
win.
decided he wanted to risk his life by putting a handkerchief back on the front of the car.
It was good luck.
He wins the race because his little Alfalfa hair sprout was sticking out.
Love will always conquer.
So yeah, they win the race. They win the prize money.
Huzzah! Victory!
And then so at the end of the race, Alfalfa's all upset because he has realized that throughout this race that Waldo was there trying to help them.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? I'm really upset. I really wanted to hate him. And he's actually turned out to be a good guy. And so he goes up to him and he's like, put it there, pal. Give me a shake. And
he also offers him a membership to the club.
Oh, he also offers him a membership to the He-Man Women Haters Club. Mm-hmm. And so while Alfalfa and Spanky are talking, that person takes off their helmet, and it was never Waldo at all. It was Darla. The whole time. So when Waldo tries to kick, how did she kick him out of the car? That's what I never understood. I was like, how did she get him to get out of his car?
You see her? Get out. Get out.
So it was her the whole time. She was the one who helped them and saved them and did all those amazing things because why? Women are amazing, and we don't hold grudges like men.
And at that point, I think he faints.
Oh, yeah.
He faints.
Alfalfa faints.
No, Spanky faints.
Oh, Spanky faints. Because he would have never thought to compliment and thank a woman.
Yes.
Oh, the sexism.
Right. And I do want to point out right before that, the bullies go up to Alfalfa, to fight. And Alfalfa was like, look, I've had it up to here. He punches him in the face. He punches Butch in the face. He falls into a pig pen. And then Worm hops.
Worm is he's like, don't hit me. I'll just hop in.
Yeah.
I'll just join him in the pig pen.
I just want everyone to know that the bullies lose all around. I don't think they'd be messing with this crew anymore, honestly.
I know. And then so now Alfalfa and Spanky are standing up on the winner's circle table. They're getting their applauses. They're receiving their award.
Their money.
And they are presented with the award and the cash prize of $500. But Spanky still looks upset after all this. He still is unhappy. And the woman who is giving the award is like, what's wrong, sweet cheeks? And Alfalfa explains to the lady, he's like, look, we're all happy and all, but he really just wanted to get this presented by AJ Ferguson. And he was like, no harm, no foul, but you're not her or him.
Alfalfa's happy. He don't care.
He's like, I don't care.
You're a beautiful woman.
He hating over there.
Right.
And then the woman is like, well, today is his lucky day because I am, in fact, AJ Ferguson, a woman. A girl.
Shocker.
And why were they huge fans of this NASCAR person and you didn't even know was a woman this whole time?
You know what? This is, the information information was so hard to get back then. That's the only thing I can give him, and they can't work a computer. But they just yeah. I mean, he can't work a thingy. He ain't working.
I guess.
But I'm sure they just assumed that it was a guy. You didn't even need to know.
I mean, yeah, easily, but it's this isn't 1863. You should have known that your big idol was a female. Anywho, so she reveals to be a woman, and Spanky's like, "Oh my goodness, I have this whole new outlook on women now." Right. He even asks the lady for 2 kisses on the cheek.
Ew.
Who is he? Who is this? Right. He's a woman hater.
Right.
He's the certified lover boy now.
Certified lover boy. Oh, that's a good one. So after they get their trophy, Alfalfa and Spanky and his crew are walking, and Darla takes his time to go to talk to Alfalfa. She praises him for saving her handkerchief. She thought that was very heroic. And he's surprised because he thought, she hated him. And Darla's like, I didn't hate you. I just didn't like those mean things you did, for example, on our date. Like those pranks, I didn't like that.
And Spanky reveals, he was like, hey, look, that wasn't him. It was me. I'm a different person now, but I'm sorry. It was me the whole time, and I'm the one who tried to sabotage the relationship because I thought you were trying to come in between me and my best friend and take down my club.
That is so sweet, the best friend part. I was like, oh, he didn't want to lose his best friend. To a girl. I wonder if his parents are divorced or something. Like, where's this trauma?
Where does this hatred come from?
Where's this trauma coming from?
It's learned at home. It starts at home.
Right. Maybe his parents are divorced. But cut to. We see as soon as the clubhouse is rebuilt, the boys collectively have a change of heart towards membership, and they welcome Darla and her friends to the club with a woman welcome sign added to the woman hating club sign. So at the bottom it says a woman welcome,
which is just so weird.
they can't.
Do they know what they're a part of? Why can't it just be like a club?
Right, club.
Like just a friends club.
We don't want, things have to take time. You don't want to come in and change everything, but baby steps. Yeah. In the scene, all the boys have like a girl counterpart that matches them.
Yeah, like Buckwheat has like a girl with braids.
Yeah. Done.
Has like a girl who says
and then one of them has a girl who likes frogs. In the scene we see Raven Simone, a young
she's linked with the vice president.
Yes. Power couple. This is how they got their start, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that. And basically the movie ends in the clubhouse. Everyone's got a girl of their match.
Equality between the sexes.
Equality between the sexes. And that's the end of the movie. And then the movie ends with bloopers for the kids acting, and I think it's so cute.
There's one of Porky, and they're like, we're gonna do it again. He's like, I don't wanna. And they're like, you don't want to do it again? He's like, no.
He's like, do you have the hiccups? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cut. It's so cute. I love those bloopers. I love bloopers.
Bloopers are great. You can't go wrong with a movie blooper.
I love a movie that is fun enough to
that gives the movie charisma. Right. The bloopers.
I love a movie that's fun enough to either one, do a dance scene, or two, show bloopers at the end. That's when I know I just had a fun movie. That's when I feel safe.
That's when we know we've had a good watch here.
When I can see the cast members enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
Love that.
Great film.
Love that. But we're done.
We're done here.
Alfalfa.
The Little Rascals.
Alfalfa. Little Rascals. Who's your favorite character?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that because I literally wanted to ask you who would you play if you could play any of them. Who's my favorite character?
I love to play a mean girl. There's no mean girls in this one, so I would pick Spanky.
I was literally going to say Spanky. I was like, he's literally anti-women, but I would pick Spanky.
Yeah, he's an interesting character.
Although I feel like Waldo aligns more with my brand.
Yeah, Waldo is the mean girl. Never mind.
But I still would pick Spanky.
Spanky's fun.
Yeah.
I guess Waldo is the mean girl. Spanky's just, yeah. No. Who else would I play? I really like Darla's character. She's very strong-willed, and we won't have to worry about her when she gets older. She's a
good role model for young.
She is.
Little toddler girl.
Right. Yes, she is. Stay strong. And if he's not treating you right, you gotta go. There's more fish in the sea.
If he doesn't want to stand by you and show you off, then he's not the one.
Right.
And Darla taught us that.
If you gotta hide me in a closet,
right?
I gotta go.
If you're ashamed to be with me, I shouldn't be with you.
If you're part of a club that hates women, I don't want no parts of that.
I think you're a supremacist of some sort.
Yes.
So I shouldn't be anywhere near you.
Right. If you're not a feminist in 1994, get out my face. Period. Pooh. That boy Spanky really didn't believe women could do things. He's terrible. He was really terrible.
Like, oh my God, this NASCAR driver is a woman?
He fainted when he saw Darla was driving in the car. He said, never in my wildest dreams.
Could I ever imagine a woman being capable?
Who knew?
Who knew? What a terror.
All right, shawty.
All right.
Good?
Yes. Thanks for listening.
Yes. And don't
Make sure to rate, subscribe, review, leave a comment, even if it's a bad comment.
Follow us at Please Don't Spoil the Movie at somewhere. Instagram, TikTok.
That's all.
Yeah.
So yeah. Those are our social media handles.
Yes.
So we don't feel the need to have another one.
For sure. Find us.
Bye.
Bye.